Are you ready?
A shot of wrestling. Episode 162. And away we go.
Step up to the break, we got MJP and Green Man. It's the reigning championship team. From Milan to Japan and everywhere in between. Get the up-to-date news on the wrestling scene. So take a shot, boy. Is that the best that you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot, boy. Is that the best that you got? From the fans to the fans, let me hear the crowd pop. So take a shot. Oh yeah, so take a shot. Oh, so take a shot. Yeah.
Greetings, lords and ladies. I am your host, Michael J. from the House Putty, and welcome to A Shot of Wrestling episode 162. Joining me this week, Marcus from the House Chouen.
Marcus?
Hollywood. Welcome back, buddy. How you been?
Give me a better intro than that, Putty. Marcus?
Marcus, yeah, Mark, short for Mark, right?
No, my name is just straight up Mark, bro.
I like Marcus, though. Every time you call me for the last 2 weeks, I call you Marcus. You never noticed.
Really? No, I haven't noticed. Maybe I just tune out.
Yeah, put him on the outside. Oh, Marcus, what's up? I never call you Marcus all the time.
What? I never noticed that. I could show you my SAG card. It says Mark.
Okay, whatever.
Whatever. Fuck it. Marc Chouen in the house.
It's roomy here this week, right? Maybe we'll stretch out. Nobody's on top of us. I can breathe. Stretch my legs out.
I'm wearing white today, and I don't have to worry about green getting on it.
Oh, fuck that. That's the worst.
Fucking Green Man.
I had to throw away a suede jacket because Green Man got paint on it. It wouldn't come out.
You did not.
Yeah, hands to God.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely.
What brand was it?
No name brand. I'm on a Hollywood lifestyle like you, so I buy the cheapest I can get.
Wait, you really don't know what brands?
No, it was a no-name brand. It was a shitty fucking brand. I don't buy Rodeo Drive type name brand marketplaces.
You're so weird.
I'm middle class.
What does that even mean, middle class? Middle class doesn't even exist anymore. So you're either poor or you're rich.
I'm poor then.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You've been to my apartment. I'm poor.
You can come visit my mansion anytime. I'll give you some. Well, actually, I don't think my clothes will fit you.
They won't. I haven't been invited back in a while, so I don't know. The lavish lifestyle of Hollywood Zane himself.
Hey, man, you're more than welcome. Let's do it up.
Let's do it up. Let's move on to this week's wrestling replay. Let's go on to, it's been the last 2 or 3 months talking about our road to WrestleMania. Well, let's switch it up. Let's talk about that little other promotion. What's it called? WCW?
Oh, I remember that one.
Vaguely, right? The little promotion that didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the biggest pay-per-view of that company, Bash at the Beach, July 7th, 1996, from the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Is that the one where
there was in front of a crowd of 8,300? Yeah.
8,300? That's it?
Yeah, it was WCW.
Oh, well.
Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Psychosis in 15 minutes, 18 seconds. John Tenta defeated Big Bubba in a Carson City Silver Dollar match in 9 minutes, 14 seconds.
A what?
I don't know. Diamond Dallas Page defeated Jim Duggan in a taped fist match in 5 minutes, 39 seconds. The Nasty Boys defeated Public Enemy in a double dog collar match in 11 minutes, 25 seconds.
What are these matches?
WCW. Dean Malenko defeated Disco Inferno to retain the Cruiserweight Championship in 12 minutes, 4 seconds. Steve Mongol McMichael defeated some guy named Joe Gomez.
Joe Gomez?
WCW legend in 6 minutes, 44 seconds.
Don't remember that name.
The Nation Boy Ric Flair defeated Conan to win the United States Heavyweight Championship in 15 minutes, 39 seconds.
Woo!
The Giant and the Taskmaster defeated Arn Anderson and Chris Benoit in 7 minutes, 59 seconds. And in your main event, the Outsiders and Hulk Hogan fought Randy Savage, Sting, and Lex Luger in a no contest in 16 minutes, 55 seconds.
But all pretty short matches, if you think about it.
Only 2 went over 10 minutes?
Yeah.
3 went over 10 minutes.
But man,
what an iconic, one of the biggest pay-per-views in that company's history.
Yeah, easily. I mean, it put WCW on the map for
hands down
a long time.
And I wasn't a WCW guy. I didn't watch WCW at the time. Never did.
Not even during that?
Never did. I was a WWE loyalist, as well documented. But yeah, as a wrestling fan, I know this was the turning point in WWE history. This
monumental. I feel like without this, without the Hulk Hogan turn, without Hall and Nash invading WCW, creating an NWO together, I feel like there really wouldn't be the Attitude Era that launched WWE to where it is today.
So you're thanking Hall and Nash and Hogan for creating the Attitude Era?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. You're not alone in that statement. A lot of people said that in the past, but
I mean, think about it. What was going on in WWF at that time? I mean, you had like characters like Doink the Clown and Duke the Dumpster Droese. You had
Goldust.
You had Goldust. You had
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Right. You had all these really gimmicky characters that were just growing stale. No one cared about. You know, I mean, hell, Nash and Hall left as Razor Ramon and Diesel. Diesel was not catching it. You think Roman Reigns had it bad?
Diesel was awesome.
Diesel was,
and Razor Ramon is a Hall of Famer.
But I'm saying Diesel himself as a character in WWF,
I think it worked.
Was not getting the love that Vince really wanted.
Probably.
You know, I remember towards the end, it was like the weird thing. Like, do we cheer him? Do we not? Like, what's going on here with this? Mm-hmm. Like, it was a lot of confusion. It's very Roman Reigns-esque, SA.
Okay.
But
so if it wasn't for the NWO, there would be no DX.
No, absolutely not. Okay. Because if it didn't catch on the way it did, it was so edgy, it was so cool. I remember during that time, I was like, oh, holy fuck, is this real? What's going on here? Especially when they fucking invaded the back and threw Rey Mysterio like a dartboard against that trailer. It was so cool to see because you didn't know what was going on. And because it was so real. And then it forced WWE to change their game, to make it more attitude, make it more edgy.
Interesting.
So I loved everything about it.
And it all started here at Best of the Beach, huh?
It all started here.
Everyone throwing garbage into the ring?
Garbage into the ring.
I've never saw that before.
A fan jumped in. Nash and Hall beat the shit out of him. Hogan dropped an epic promo.
What a great heel turn. One of the best in the history, right?
It was so unexpected. The only thing that could top that right now is if John Cena did the same thing.
Really? Because John Cena has been heel before.
A long time ago.
Hulk Hogan was never heel.
Hulk Hogan was never heel, but John Cena has been
over as a heel.
So much of a babyface for so long. Like, he played that typical Hulk Hogan 80s character for so long. It's gotten stale. The fans see through it. They want something more real. I mean, hell, look what happened at WrestleMania 35.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when Cena came out as the Doctor of Thugonomics.
That was great.
In a New York crowd, no less, a WrestleMania crowd in New York.
You were there.
I was there. We all went ape shit. I've never chanted for Cena before in my life. I was chanting that night. It was a great moment to see because it was a somewhat of an edgier John Cena, which we all like. We all like to see that side. If you were to go full-blown heel, if you were to, like, who's the biggest babyface in WWE right now?
Right now?
Who'd you say?
Seth Rollins? AJ Styles?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, yeah.
If during her title match, right? If she were to have a title match right now with Ronda Rousey as a rematch, if during that match John Cena came in and gave an attitude adjustment to Becky Lynch to cost her that belt, holy shit!
First of all, that'd be disqualification.
It'd be disqualification. Well, if it was like, you know, where the ref is down or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But and then he cut a massive heel promo right after that. Holy shit, dude. You don't think that there would be major money into that?
You're Hollywood. You're about not only your character, you're about marketing, your brand.
Right.
You're always talking about your brand.
Yes, I'm always talking about my brand.
Give me a really quick glimpse into what the brand of Hollywood Hulk Hogan went into, like the whole black beard with the still bleach mustache.
Right.
What do you think went into that conversation, creating Hollywood Hulk Hogan as a brand instead of Hulk Hogan? That I would love to hear that conversation. How, like, creating his look, his character, his theme song, his gimmick.
You had to change everything with him. That Hulk Hogan is dead
Because he still had the handlebar mustache.
He did. He did.
Manchu.
But you see,
black beard was
with a
iconic.
With a brand change, you don't want to do anything too crazy. So say Hulk Hogan took off that handlebar mustache, it would be too drastic of a change because that was really iconic for him. Like, everyone knew him for that.
Iconic.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. That would be too drastic, and it wouldn't catch on. But you need to make him edgier. You need to be like, okay, that other Hulk Hogan, he's dead, he's transformed now, but he's still Hulk Hogan. You know, so what's another change for him? What's like a real dick thing for him to be? Hollywood. Oh, he's been in a few shitty movies, but let's make him bigger than what he was.
Is that where you got the Hollywood name from?
No, I am really Hollywood. But then, like, you know, all right, okay, cool. How do we make him look all right, we
That's
give
the-
him
yeah.
the biker look. Give him all black.
look, okay.
Get rid of that red and yellow. Get rid of that all American spirit. But they had to do things that were different, but yet keep it as Hulk Hogan for what we know.
Touche. And it worked.
It worked. It worked fucking great. He probably sold more merch
Yeah.
than he ever did in his life as a heel Hulk
I think we
Hogan.
talked about last week. I went to the Superstore at MetLife Stadium.
Yes.
They were selling a Hollywood Hulk Hogan shirt.
Were they really?
Yeah, they're selling a Hulkamania shirt and a Hollywood Hulk Hogan shirt. Very close to buying it. Very close, but I didn't want to spend the money. But I've never seen them sell a Hollywood Hulk Hogan shirt before.
That's interesting.
I thought the same thing. I was like, very interesting. I'm like, okay.
I loved the Hollywood gimmick, man. I thought, I was a little bit of a Hulk Hogan mark when I was a little kid.
Yeah, everyone was.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
My brother had the Hulkamania workout thing.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about.
It
Okay,
was like the blue dumbbells.
Yes.
The headband. And
Yes.
like stretch those those stretch tapes. What do you call them? Stretch bands.
oh my god, I forgot about those until you brought it up.
Yeah, my brother had them.
That's
Loved it.
great.
I borrowed it sometimes.
Wait, I mean, like, but as you become an adult, it's like, oh my god, that character sucked.
Yeah.
Hollywood was cool. It was just so fucking
Very cool. Yeah.
Loved it. And how he had the championship belt. He spray painted the NWO. He played like a guitar as well. It was cool. You never seen anything like it.
Vince and the E always talk about how they evolve with their audience.
You have to. You always have to evolve.
So they had the 80s and the 90s led to the new generation in the early 90s, which led to the Attitude Era, which was them evolving with their fan base.
Right.
So Hollywood Hulk Hogan did. He had his fans,
He did.
and now we're teenagers.
But
Hulkamania is stupid.
he didn't want to go heel for the longest time.
He fought for a while, yeah.
He fought against it, and
And
finally,
props to him because he knew when to strike.
it wasn't just him, but it was other people like the powers that be that convinced
That's
him
true.
this is the way to go, and he finally did it. He ran with it. I mean, honestly, it needed to happen for him. It helped prolong his career.
Imagine if it didn't. Where would he be now, right?
I Lord knows, man, because they were
Where
giving,
would Hull and Nash be right now?
I think Hall and Nash would have been fine.
Do you remember the whole roster was NWO at one point?
Yeah, it got too much at that point. It was ridiculous. But for that year, whatever long was, it was hot.
Like I mentioned numerous times on the show, including this episode, I wasn't a WCW guy at all. But one of the hottest video games was NWO versus WCW on N64.
One of the best video games.
Oh,
Absolutely.
one of my favorites.
Hands down.
I can't wait. I still have it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. That was the one with like the rants and everything. And,
Yeah.
and then you can go anywhere in the back.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That was like so cool.
I didn't know half the guys on the roster. They had a lot of, like Japan guys.
They had a very big roster too on that game for that time.
But it rivaled No Mercy, which is the best N64 game of all time, next to GoldenEye.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I've never played No Mercy.
How are we friends?
You
never played No Mercy?
I've never played No Mercy. I wanted to.
WrestleMania 2000.
No, I've heard that's a good one too.
Oh, what the fuck?
I know.
What were you doing? Taking acting classes?
Don't knock what I do, man. I mean, yes, probably, but no.
All right, here we go. I still have it. I'll go to my parents' house. I'll find it. Next time you come over, we'll play it.
I am actually really 100% game. Let's
100%
do this.
absolutely. We'll do it.
Can we document this too? Can we film this?
Well, I'm recording it now.
yeah,
so, yeah.
awesome. No, I mean when we play,
We'll lose it. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely do this.
let's
I
rock.
mean, I think No Mercy is a step ahead because it had a better career mode.
That's what I've heard.
Because it wasn't a career mode where you beat this guy, beat this guy, beat this guy. It had arcs to it. So if you lost, you go on a different career path.
Ooh,
So and if you won, you go on a different career path. So it wasn't like a uniform win or lose. It's if you lost or won, it depends on how you end up, what title you win.
that's interesting.
So it was pretty interesting. So definitely, I'll look for it. Next time you come over, we're playing.
Yes, because I've always wanted to.
But quickly moving on, the big news story of the week was Game of Thrones came back after 2 years. You a Game of Thrones guy?
No,
So you're the guy.
what do
You're
you mean
the one.
I'm the guy?
You're the one who doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
I'm the one in this room that doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Does it annoy you on your social medias, people talking about Game of Thrones?
No, because I understand. They're very passionate fans. Obviously, it's a very good show.
I mean, it's not as good as Unforgettable.
Okay, here we go.
One of the greatest shows of all time.
Listen, like with Game of Thrones, it's not like I'm a hater or anything. It's not have anything against it.
Yeah, no.
I'm just waiting for the show to end for me to watch it.
So you want to binge it.
I want to binge it. Yeah, exactly.
So do what I did with Sons of Anarchy.
Which was?
I needed a new show to watch. Sons of Anarchy or Breaking Bad. Chose Sons of Anarchy. It was all on Netflix.
Wait, you haven't watched Breaking Bad?
Never have.
Really? Still?
I've not seen it at all.
What? You need to get on that.
You haven't played No Mercy, so shut up.
I have no comeback.
Yeah, exactly. So I watched Sons of Anarchy on Netflix.
Heard it's a good show.
I think it's seasons 1 through 4. I'm not a big binge guy, so it took me a while, but I got through it. I finished it as season 5 ended. So I had to wait for season 5 to come on Netflix.
Okay.
It came on as the final season was airing.
Oh.
So the genius that I am decided to record it on my DVR.
Smart thinking. I see what you're doing.
Thank you. So I watched it on Netflix, season 5. When I was done with that, I watched my DVR, season 6.
Okay.
When did you know I finished? I caught up. I was completely done. Caught up just in time for the series finale.
You timed it just right.
Not intentionally, but yeah, I lined it
That's
up
beautiful.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So the first time I watched Sons of Anarchy with commercials was the series finale.
All right.
I mean, you still have time if you want to burn through 7 seasons of Game of Thrones.
I mean, I'm still... Yeah, keep in mind. I do this with like every show pretty much. I don't like to wait 2 years for another fucking season to come out.
That's extraordinary.
I know it's extraordinary. I don't like to wait a year even. I don't like to watch the commercials, and I know HBO doesn't have commercials, but I'm talking about other shows. Like, dude, you're talking to a guy right now who's just starting now to watch West Wing.
Really?
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah? Aaron
Love West
Sorkin's
Wing.
great. I love his writing.
Love The West Wing. Great show. Good pick, by the way.
It's a very good show. I'm getting it. I started watching it like a week or two ago.
Have you ever watched it like as a kid?
No, I've heard great things, of course, about it.
Just a couple months ago, I was had some time to kill. Didn't watch stuff on my DVR. I didn't want to get involved in a new TV show, so I needed some time to kill. So I watched West Wing, and what a great show that was.
Great show, man. The writing, the acting. Dude, there's a lot of great actors in there. Even like the guest stars. I'm like, oh, dude, I know that person. I know that one.
I watch shows. I'm like, where do I know that guy from? So I'll IMDb him. Oh, from The West Wing. Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Great show.
No, I dig it, man.
Enjoy the ride, man.
Oh, thank you. I am so far.
How far are you into it right now?
I was still first season.
Is your fiance watching with you?
So I like to watch a TV episode, one episode a night before I go to bed. She's usually sleeping before I am, but I'll catch her like having an eye open, like, and I'll hear like laugh at something, or just like, oh, do one of those.
West Wing is a great show.
I can tell she's getting into it.
My mother is a big West Wing fan as well, but she loved his Sports Night.
Sports Night is a great show.
There's a show that's like 2 or 3 seasons.
One of the best shows ever, I think, in my opinion. Newsroom.
I heard good things about that.
Aaron Sorkin, dude, only 3 seasons, HBO. He actually ended it the way he wanted to end it. It didn't get canceled or anything like that. Dude, one of the most...
I heard it was good, Jay.
Oh, my God. The first 5 minutes of the very first episode is the most intriguing 5 minutes I've ever seen in any TV show ever.
So you watch West Wing, I'll watch Newsroom.
Yes. Watch Newsroom. You'll love it.
Talk about it next episode.
Fucking A.
Bro, we're awesome.
This is a wrestling show, isn't it? Like,
shit, yeah.
We should be talking about wrestling.
Lost track of where we're going, yeah. Thank you for bringing it on track. Here we go. Although Green Man went to hibernation, he left us with a interview this week.
Okay. What's up, Green Man?
With someone you know very well. Your second half of Sass and Class.
The queen herself.
Nyah Kennedy, the queen.
I love her. I love her so much.
What a great career she's had.
Has, currently, yes.
Badass in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Badass is outside the ring as well.
Oh, yeah.
And you told me off the air you learned a lot from her.
Oh, my God, dude.
As a manager, not even in ring performer, as a manager, you've learned a lot from her.
You have no idea. Nyah has been in this business for so long. She's got an excellent mind. She's got amazing stories as well. But I can sit...
I can't imagine you guys in the car traveling, hear the stories.
Oh, my God. I could sit and listen to Nyah talk all day long. And
I can watch her talk all day long.
She's a beautiful woman inside and out. I mean, she's the queen for a reason. Honestly, man, like I owe her so much, man, because she's really taken the time out and taught me a lot, and she still teaches me a lot.
She'll teach us all a lot in this week interview. So, Green Man, take it away.
Family, welcome to another exciting edition of A Shot of Wrestling, the interviews. This is Abel the Green Man, and if you have not done so already, you can follow us on all forms of social media at A Shot of Wrestling on Facebook and Instagram, and Shot of Wrestling No A on Twitter. You can also contact us via email at inbox@ashotofwrestling.com or dial it up 619-343-3005 and leave your comments on the Shot of Wrestling hotline. Now, we say it time and time again that wrestling brings us together, and today is no different. Today, we are joined by the sexy, the talented, the queen herself, Nyah Kennedy.
Hey there, Green Man. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, Nyah, I've been excited all day. I've had a shitty day at work, but knowing that I'm ending my evening here with you made it so much better.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Now, we've been running in the same circle thanks to our dear friend Eric Jaden, and after every show, you and I always have a great conversation about the wrestling business, about your stories from back in the day, your stories now, the memories that you've had and are continuing to develop. So it is very fitting that we spotlight some of that here on A Shot of Wrestling. But before we get to all of it, why don't you tell us how you got mixed into this crazy world of professional wrestling?
Well, as a little girl, when I lived in Colorado, I used to watch AWA, and there was one man in particular who stood out that I absolutely adored as a little girl, and that was Nick Bockwinkel. I had a major crush on Nick Bockwinkel when I was a little kid, and then when I got into high school and I was in Oklahoma, I would go to wrestling every chance I got, and I always said that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a wrestler. And I got lucky, and right after I graduated from high school and was starting college, I lucked out and answered ads for training for women's wrestling, and from there on, since 1987, I've been rocking and rolling this crazy business that I call home.
Very true. But it must have been a different time then. So, because nowadays people could look up schools, go to their social media, maybe, interact with a wrestler through there and say, I want to start a career in professional wrestling. But back in the day, you just saw a flyer or something?
The guy who owned the wrestling company actually had put an ad in the paper for women wrestlers. And it used to be, they changed the name to International Wrestling Alliance. I can't, for law purposes, name the other name of it before because of a situation between the two co-owners back in the day. But the same school that I went to is the exact same school that Too Cold Scorpio went to.
Oh, wow.
So we actually hit the road together when we started traveling out of Colorado.
Now, nowadays, it feels like independent wrestling is starting to create like their own kind of classes. But you were back in the territory days. Who were the people that you were mixed up with?
Lucky for me, the gentleman that I worked for, not only did he have the military contract, but he also was a business genius. I mean, all his shows were sold. So there was no worrying about, ticket sales or anything like that. You guaranteed what your pay was.
Oh, wow.
He took care of transportation and accommodations. The only thing you had to do was feed yourself, and you got to keep 100% of your merch sales, which back in then was only 8x10s. And then they started the Polaroid pictures for $5 a piece, and then you'd sign it, autograph it.
Right.
But once we started traveling on the road, we actually only would do a show at home in Colorado maybe once a year. Even that, we were as far west as Chicago, Wisconsin, all the way down south to Texas, all the way up Montana, all the way to California. Also, I've worked in Alaska, I've worked in Honduras, Puerto Rico.
Alaska?
Yes.
What kind of wrestling's going on in Alaska?
They had this huge, it was a 2-day event for the Alaska State Fair. And the gentleman who I went to work for, his name is Al Berg, who also happens to be one of my best friends for almost 30 years, and also one of my tag team partners when we used to do tag teams back in the day when I worked. So back in the day when I did shows, we do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come home. And sometimes I would wrestle 2-3 times a night. I would have my singles match, a mixed tag, and then a battle royal at the end of the night.
Wow. You've started your wrestling business in the 80s, and it's 2019 now. How much have you seen the business change, and has it changed for the better or has it changed for the worse?
I would say both.
How so?
I'd say it has changed for some good to where there's more women in the business now. Because back in the day when I was working, we were like seen just like the midget wrestlers were seen like as an attraction. And now you've got the intergender matches. You have a lot more people doing more gimmicky stuff, which is good and bad. Like me, to the day I die, kayfabe will always be alive to me.
Okay. Where do you think we as a wrestling community lost track of that? When did we lose kayfabe?
Honestly, I can say that it's back when owner of a particular large wrestling organization decided to just call it sports entertainment.
Okay.
Yes, it is sports entertainment, but when we get in there, we put our body on the line every single night when we go in there. It's like you're feeling those body slams, you're feeling those flips, those drop kicks and all that, being thrown outside. Your body feels that, so to have somebody just like kind of lessen that aspect, and it is not how it should be. And so now there's too many fans that, want to be on both sides, and I also think that there's with social media, way too much information out there. What happened to being surprised,
It's funny because it's those same fans that would complain, there's no element of surprise anymore, you know? But yet I'm the one that's digging in and trying to find out as much as I can before anybody else finds out, the backstory that got before it actually got to the ring. It's the same thing with anything. I feel like the internet now has also opened it up for like so much people to get spoiled. You have, the Avengers Endgame, everybody's going to see that, but you really have to stay away from the internet if you still want to be surprised when you actually go see this movie.
Yeah, that's true, because people will go and see it, and then they'll come right back and be like, this is next, And I'm just like, I just avoid it. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I'm trying to remember, I think it was one of the Star Wars movie came out, I believe, and I remember putting a post up on Facebook saying, if you spoil it for the people who haven't gotten to see it yet, you're an ass. Plain simple as that.
It's true. It's damn true. We started the show by saying that wrestling brings us together. Who are you most grateful that wrestling has brought into your life?
Mixed blend, a grab bag of some of the most wonderful people I've ever met in my life, because like you have to be of a certain mentality to be in this business and work it and enjoy it, because it's a lot of hard work. It's an ungrateful job as far as like the road wear and the hardness on your body and having to always go into the gym and train, and to stay up on everything. That's one thing that you always have to take care of. But I also love the fact of seeing all the new people now, getting out there and working their butts off. You see them promoting, and because we didn't have to do any of that back in the day. Like, promoting for me was like getting to the town I had to work in and either going in and doing an AM TV show or radio show, or being brought in the night before and going out and promoting, going to all the clubs and stuff like that and doing meet and greets to get people to come to the show. But
now, that sounds like it's part of the art of wrestling and putting a show together. That doesn't happen as much nowadays. Everybody puts all their chips on social media. Like, if you have a show to promote, you're like, oh, well, if I just put it on social media, they will come. Do you feel like that's a lost art? Like, that's something that wrestling today could benefit from, like for the talent to be doing meet and greets before the shows, like weeks before?
I definitely do. Like even even a day before, or even like, I think it's also everybody in the locker room, they should have enough tables and be wanting to do the intermission and going out and meeting the fans. We did it at every single show. Mm-hmm. Every single show we had intermission for half an hour where we'd go out and sell our stuff and meet and greet with the fans, and then go back. And sometimes I'd be like grateful. I'm like, thank God that this intermission is for my match, because I probably won't sell much merchandise after they see how much of a big heel I am. Because I'm all about that heel life, baby.
You are all about the heel life. Did it come naturally at first?
You know what? It came easy for me because like it's like if I'm in a bad mood, I can just use that as fuel, like even sometimes like I can have some of the most evil things going in my mind about stuff I want to do to people out there and have the biggest smile on my face because it brings me pleasure. It's like once I get into that building, everything just switches over, it's just like it's all business. But they say the heels are like the nicest people.
But back when people believed in kayfabe, did it make it difficult for you to be a heel, going out to the crowds and being hated and having people think that that was actually you instead of just having it be a character that you're portraying?
No, not really, because my philosophy is this: if they believe it, then and really hate me, then it means that I'm doing my job.
So did you ever get any hate from the fans after shows, or were you ever afraid of what would happen if you didn't walk out with someone at the end of a show?
No, never, because the lucky thing is like some people don't realize that, I'm a manager now, but I was an in-ring worker for years, so I definitely can protect myself. I've also done female boxing. When I was in high school, I was assistant coach for Roman Greco wrestling, so I definitely can take care of myself. I mean, but I've been threatened a few times during my career. I had a woman in Arizona threaten to shoot me.
What?
Yep. She came up to me at the end of the show and said, thank you so much. She's like, I've never seen somebody make me so angry to where I wanted to do bodily harm to them. I said, bodily harm? I said, woman, you threatened to shoot me. And then we got a good laugh, and, she's like, thank you. She's like, you're great at your job, to bring that much hatred out of somebody. I'm like, hey, that's what I get paid for,
Who are the people, when you got started, that got the most heat?
Definitely Paul Orndorff.
Wow, okay.
Because he was definitely a huge heel back in the day. And like I say, the promoter I worked for, this is when Vince back in the day would allow his guys to contract out to independents. So I always was on the show with, if not, 3 to 4 WWE or WWF back then guys on the show, like Rick Rude, the Road Warriors, Honky Tonk Man, Greg Valentine, the Killer Bees. All these guys, Rick Martel, all these guys on the show. So I was fortunate enough to, even after being finished with wrestling school, to have a continued education with all these guys who had been there, done that, on the way. But Paul Orndorff was a good one. Gary Hart. I love Gary Hart. I studied him when I decided to come back and be a manager. Sherry Martel. I used to talk to her on a regular basis, so she's another one that I looked up to as well.
Oh my gosh, you must have been channeling her at the BCW anniversary, because when you came out with the Deadly Saints squad, I swear I was like, I saw Sherry Martel. Like, I saw her, like, I was like, wow, like, Nyah is fierce, man. Like, she's got the look down. Like, I don't want to mess with that woman. And it kind of made me relive those moments of, Sensational Sherry with HBK or Sherry, Sister Sherry with Harlem Heat. Like, it was so cool. Like, were you channeling her
Yes, thank you so much. Like, I've been doing more research and stuff on her, trying to do more stuff, being more active. And like, I definitely have been more active in the ring, or on the outside of the ring during Eric's matches, getting a little bit more vicious, as we like, because I'm a feisty girl. So like I tell people now, I'll kick your head off.
Now,
as one of the opponents found out at the BCW show last time.
Uh-huh.
Life on the road and just advice from her.
Okay.
Advice from her, asking her, this, and she'd always say, you don't want to be in this business. I'm like, too late. I'm already hooked. This is a very addicting job to be in. It's really hard to walk away, and like people keep asking me, are you going to come back and, wrestle in the ring?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, I may do a match maybe here and there if it's necessary, but as far as full-time action, absolutely not.
Back when you were wrestling actively in the ring, what were some of the names that we may be familiar with that you would say were some of your best matches with?
Definitely Shirley Black, my friend Sabrina Fury. We were rivals for a couple of years. Sandy Starr, we were adversaries for years, and that's actually when I was a face. Yes, I was a face for a while.
Really?
Yes, I was.
I can't see it. I love you, but I can't see it. You come alive as the heel. That's a lie.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't too long. I wasn't a heel too long, but Yeah, I was definitely heel for a while. Cheryl Russo, who played Lightning in the Glow Girls. I wrestled her in California a few times. Lady Victoria, Denise Storm, Molly, good golly, Miss Molly, Molly McShane. She was the girl that I wrestled in Cuba for the Caribbean tour, Cuba, Honduras, and Puerto Rico.
How's the areas like? Because you mentioned, you mentioned Cuba, California, Texas, New York. As far as like the wrestling community, the wrestling fans, where have you found the best area to wrestle in?
I would definitely say South.
Okay, how come?
California, we had some good fans too, because South, it's just like, back then, it's just like it was all like old school, it wasn't all these spots and flips, not as much, it's like back in the day, you maybe had one like match where it was like two smaller guys that were doing like the flips and this, that, and the other, and then you had like everybody else doing their regular matches, not doing all the flips and the super kicks and the high spot as now. So, like even still to this day, the South fans are still more old school, But my best fans are the ones that just enjoy it, and not sit there and try and be on this other side of the guardrail. The ones that for that 2-3 hours they're in the building, they're just there to experience this awesome work being done in the ring.
If it wasn't for wrestling, what do you think you would be doing in your spare time?
Well, I originally went to school to be a police officer.
Really?
And then, I wanted to
recently?
No. This was a long time ago. I actually switched my majors, but I wanted to be on the SWAT team. I wanted to be a sharpshooter.
Oh, wow.
Is that sick of me?
I could totally see that. That. You would sneak in like no one would see you.
Right.
You have like that little sneakiness about you. I love it. Oh, wow. So what happened with that?
My eyesight.
Oh, man.
My eyesight's bad, but... and then I also wanted to, while I was out of the business, I was actually a chef. Well, I'm actually a retired chef. I retired in 2015.
Get out of town. What was your specialty? Like if there was one dish that everybody would rave about, what was it?
That's a good question. I actually had, we had a critic that went around the town that I lived in when I was living in Iowa, and I didn't know it, but I ended up having one of the top 3 best burgers in the town. Yes, it was called my bourbon, my blue bourbon burger.
Nyah, I'm falling in love with you the more we speak. I am a horrible, I gotta be honest with you, I'm horrible at cooking. Like my type of cooking is like directions on a box of a mac and cheese. Like I do mashed potatoes out of that powder box. That's how bad I am. Like
I grew up in a family of chefs and cooks.
Oh yeah? Did you? Yeah. Was it a big family?
Not really big. I mean, like I have my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents, my mom and dad, brothers, or my brother, my cousins. So we were a very tight-knit family. My grandpa was a chef, my grandma was a cook, my mom and stepdad had a restaurant. So I always grew up around everybody cooking, and it was always from scratch. You didn't like open up a jar or open up, a can opener or pull anything out frozen. Everything was fresh and made from scratch.
Listen, Trader Joe's has some great frozen meals, I have to say.
They do, and after 15 years of cooking constantly, working 80-plus hours a week, I go that route, definitely.
Trader Joe's is the way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
We spoke a little earlier about like the women's revolution and you being part of the early part of it. There was a conversation that we had after a show once where you were explaining to me how upset you were that Becky Lynch was calling herself the man. Why were you so sensitive to that moniker that she has now?
I've kind of like understand it now, but when she first came out doing it, I was thinking, it's like us women have worked so hard to make our place in this business. And for you to want to be the man, why can't you be the woman?
Right.
I am the woman. I am the alpha. I am the woman. I am the best in this business. So, but it's her thing. She wants to be the man, and it's doing her good service, then more power to her. But I'm all about us busting our butt to get where we are now, to be proud to be a woman wrestler. especially today, because they have so much to be proud of.
I'm all about the women empowerment. I'm all about the women's revolution. Did you ever think that women would be spotlighted like they were at WrestleMania in that main event?
No. But then, I would have figured, I know at the time, but, when you think about it now, I'd say no before, but now it's just like, just think, it had to come eventually when you finally gave them their own pay-per-view, and they killed it.
Right.
And they did very little advertising for that pay-per-view. And
which
those
is a
girls
shame.
Went out there, yeah.
We criticized that repeatedly weeks into that Evolution pay-per-view on how little time promoting that event that the company did.
Exactly.
It was
and
a shame.
Women went out there and killed it, and I was so proud of them. Like I tell people, like you got so many people. Like, yeah, there are a lot of women in the industry now, a lot. And you may think like, oh, somebody took my spot. There's no such thing as somebody taking your spot. Your time will come, Everybody has a talent, and maybe they're just looking for a certain thing. Don't beat yourself. Don't have any hatred towards that other person, and don't think that, oh, that person is better than me. It's just that that particular person had something that they were looking for that at the time you didn't have.
I speak with you, and that's funny that you bring that type of mentality into the mix, because Eric is the same way. Eric Jaden, he sees wrestling as much as individual sport, it's also a group sport.
Yes,
everybody,
exactly.
When you're putting a show together, everybody strategically has a place in the card. Everybody contributes something special to make the event special. And I feel like a lot of the new people, in the training nowadays, it's, how could I step on someone to get ahead rather than elevate someone so we could elevate each other? Do you see that in the business?
I see it sometimes, or ones that like don't understand the respect for the vets. Like, I have respect for my people before me, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have got where I've gotten. And just like if it wasn't for me, the ones underneath me wouldn't have gotten where they've gotten. It's all a process, We've all got to thank somebody who started it before we did, and you got to listen to them and respect them. But at the end of the day, in this business, those persons did something in this business, and you can always learn from them. Like the saying goes, ears open, mouth shut.
Everybody gives that advice. I've heard it repeatedly coming up on the show. Until you're actually in that moment to understand it, I don't think people understand it. Being allowed and given the opportunity to be around you guys, because we're not workers like you guys, but we want to learn and we want to be observant and we want to be grateful of that opportunity. But I'm in that moment where I'm next to someone that I maybe idolize, or I'm like, I can't believe I'm standing next to this person or sharing a conversation with this person. I always remember that, just head down, ears open, and mouth shut. Right.
Exactly, and that's the same way with me too. Still to this day, it's like over WrestleMania weekend. A lot of the guys that I worked with, were here for WrestleCon and for WrestleMania weekend, and so just getting to visit with them and talk and see how they're still doing and still having that level of respect, because they're still to this day still doing it. They may not be doing it on a bigger scale, but they're still out there and people still know who they are, and if they've made it in this business this long and still doing a good job, then obviously they're doing something right.
Right. Now, I know you're not the type to name drop, but I gotta know, who are these guys
that I worked with and visited with over the
over the WrestleMania weekend? Who are these guys?
Rikishi. We used to work together, him and Sam, when they were the head shrinkers.
Oh, wow.
We all toured together. Coco Beware, he was one of the first big stars that I managed.
You managed Coco?
Yeah, I managed him on a show in Arizona when he was a main event against Honky Tonk Man.
Get out of town.
The guy who was the manager for Honky Tonk Man, I ended up punching him so hard he loosened one of the fillings in his mouth. Tito Santana, I saw him. Jim Duggan, saw him. It was good to see him after he just recently had his surgery, and his wife Deborah. Like, I've known her and him since I was 15 back in Mid-South days when they would come to Mid-South. Ric Flair, I've known Ric Flair since I was 15 when he was the NWA champion and he would come to Mid-South to defend his title. Like, I was one of the girls that would, runners that would go and get them food.
Was it really always a party when Ric Flair was in town?
Oh, it was always a party when Ric Flair was in town. In fact, I hadn't seen him in a long time, and this was during WCW, and they were doing a show in Sioux Falls, and we were all in the bar hanging out, and I was like, I went to go say hi to him. I was like, man, I haven't talked to you since, 1985, and he was like, was I respectful to you? I'm like, yeah. I was like, you used to send me to go and get your hot dogs and your Diet Coke, and he was like, oh, he was, I just want to make sure I was respectful to you. I'm like, yes, you were.
Oh, Rick. So you started earlier your career in the ring, and then between 2008 and 2015, there was a break. What happened between those years in your life?
I had quit touring as much because I got married in 95, and had a kid in 96, so I ended up being a stay-at-home mom. But I still would tour from time to time, take a show here and there. And then once I got a little older, I started having a few health issues, so I had to stop. I had injured my back at a pay-per-view I did in California for UWF, and then I did one more wrestling match in 2008 because my younger son had never seen me work before live. So, but after that, I took a break and I was working full time. But in 2015, I moved to New York from Iowa, and I just when you're living in a big city, there's more shows. So there was more shows than I had been exposed to actually go to in Iowa. So I went to a ECPW show with Gino Caruso and talked to him a little bit and told him that I was interested in being a manager. And he says, just let me know when you're ready. And the rest of that summer, I just sat there and did research on Gary Hart, Skandar Akbar, Sherry Martel, Nick Bockwinkel, and just studied all the heel workers and managers, to kind of get a feel for what I wanted to be as a manager.
Okay. And then,
but it was definitely a nice break, issues, and I had to have heart surgery because I had actually had a mild heart attack in 2011.
Oh my. But that was during your time away from the business.
Yes.
Okay. How's everything now, health-wise?
Oh, I'm great. It's just I try to get into the gym as much as I can. I try to be more careful what I eat. I think everything that I had done to me, the surgeries and everything, definitely helps me out to pay more attention to my health.
Now, with a better health, a better outlook here in 2019, do you see yourself returning to the ring and being more than just a manager?
I may do maybe a couple of matches here and there if need be. Maybe if I had to do a mixed tag with Eric, because I do, I stick my nose in business a lot. I'll do anything to make sure that Eric and the squad wins if I have to. If the referee didn't see it, it didn't happen. And even if the referee did see it, I'll make him question his own eyes. Who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Because I didn't do anything.
Now, we've thrown around the name Eric Jaden before, love the guy to death. How did you and Eric Jaden get mixed together?
Well, I met him at a ECPW show in the Rockaways, and I started managing the disassemblers with Bobby now, and back in the day, Jazz Cisco.
Okay.
And they were friends, and so when we would ride to the shows together, then I was just starting meeting Eric, and then at one ECPW show, he asked me if I wanted to go out and manage him, and I said yeah, and we clicked so well together. We've been working together for over 2 years now.
And you guys are great together, and it's nice to see the evolution. I think that's one thing I always give props to Eric as much as I can, but the evolution of his character is something that he prides himself on. And it's something that's very old school of him and you as well. You have evolved ever since I met you to where you are now. You have found ways to evolve your character, and sometimes it's the smallest detail that you put into it. Like at Anniversary for BCW, the mask that you guys all adorn, was an evolution of your squad. I'm very interested to see where a year from now you guys will be.
The squad, they're all doing amazing things. They're an amazing group of talented men that I'm just so blessed to share a locker room with and call them my brothers. We have a great team. And then me and Mark, the Class and Sass crew as we are when we go out there. You know, it's a great time. You know, we go out there and we.
That's the first time I've heard that
respect each other.
before. Are you trademarking that, the Class and Sass crew?
Me and Eric, me and Mark, ever since we've been working together as a team, we call ourselves Class and Sass.
Interesting. I like that. It's like you guys are best friends.
Yes, exactly. You know, and then he stepped up. He took a nice punch for me at the anniversary show when that jerk Frankie Flo put his hands on me.
Horrible man. Horrible
Man. He's going to get his just due on the 27th.
Yes. So there's so the war pretty much has ended at BCW, but there's still a little bit left over that's going to go to Legendary Action Wrestling right around the corner, April 27th. Eric Jaden's putting the title on the line against Frankie. Does Frankie deserve another title shot?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. You know, you just because you say all of a sudden, "Oh, I want a title shot," so you should get one. But I can just tell him this: you can get all the title shots you want, but walking out with that title is another thing.
That's true. That is very true. So looking into the future, Legendary Action Wrestling, April 27th, and you're preparing for a very special weekend for yourself. The CAC has a special place in your heart. And for those who are not familiar with it, why don't you fill us in a little bit about what is the Cauliflower Alley Club Conference?
Yes, Cauliflower Alley Club is one of the largest nonprofit organizations in the country. And it is all wrestlers, referees, ring announcers, all that who come together every year for a reunion. And there's all kind of things. There's 2 banquets where we have 2 award ceremonies. And this year, Marc Henry's getting an award. We have every year we have big names coming in to get awards. Trish Stratus has gotten an award. Edge has gotten awards. Stone Cold Steve Austin has gotten an award. Last year was Shawn Michaels that got an award. Yeah.
It was breaking news here on A Shot of Wrestling, if everybody remembers correctly. We broke the news of that. We had a conversation with one of the members of the Killer Bees, dear friend to us.
Our president, B. Brian Blair, who also I've shared the roads with up and down for many, many years.
Yeah, he's
our president.
He totally gave us the exclusive to that, which we appreciate. But this year, Marc Henry, he's done a lot. I feel like as much as an influence he's had while his in-ring career is doing, he's also, still in that wrestling community with Busted Open Radio. So this is a great honor. That's awesome. Who are you looking forward to seeing or sharing moments with this year?
I'm just blessed every year to go back and see the people that I've met when I first started going in 2010, and literally I have not missed a year since then. And then I was so angry at myself that I hadn't been sooner, because it's also a great cause too. They help out wrestlers who are in a need of help, either be if they have bills they need to pay, or if they have to have a surgery or anything like that. The CAC will help them. They also help with scholarships. So it's definitely a good cause. It's I've been a member now. I love it. They have seminars, learning seminars for you to learn when you go there. They have a bowling tournament that they do. They have a cribbage tournament that they do. We have this contest called the Strut Off, the Jack Sweeney Strut Off that they do every year, and it's teams of 2 that go down, and then there's 3 rounds, and I'm hoping that I can get to be a good partner this year and take the plaques, and I think that would make a great birthday gift for me.
You're also celebrating your birthday during that. Yeah. It's going to be a big celebration.
It's a milestone. I can't say what the milestone is,
but it is.
People wouldn't believe me anyway. So, the CAC it runs from, there's 2 wrestling matches they do as well, but it ends Wednesday night, and then my birthday is on Friday, so it'll be a whole weekend celebration. I'm actually looking forward to.
Well, on behalf of everybody here at A Shot of Wrestling, happy early birthday.
Well, thank you so much.
I think you're going to have a blast, and you're going to be amongst your family, your peers, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really happy for you. When we get back together in a year from now, what do you want people to be saying about Nyah Kennedy?
That she was one vicious queen that did what she said and said what she meant.
If anybody wanted to follow this journey that you guys are in, where could they follow you on your social media?
Okay, on Instagram, it's Feisty All Day. On Facebook, it's Nyah Kennedy. On Twitter, it's also Nyah Kennedy.
Nyah, I love you. Thank you so much for joining us. And there's still last calls, so stay tuned. There's a lot more to come.
Thank you. If you want more of the Queen, my royal subjects, stay tuned to the end of the episode for Last Call with me, Nyah Kennedy.
It's In the News with Michael J. Putty.
All right, folks, great interview by Nyah Kennedy. Thank you for your time. Learned a lot about this woman. I mean, you probably know her more than I do, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I guess I mentioned before, I can listen to Nyah talk all day.
But yeah, they talk about the women's revolution. Everyone talking about Sherry Martel, what a pioneer she was. Talking about Nyah Kennedy running up the road with Sherry Martel.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing how far and how much she has done for this business that doesn't get noticed until this interview. So
no, absolutely. And that's why I feel so lucky is to be with Nyah this whole time as well. What she's learned from her experience, and I feel like it's passing down to me, it's honestly an honor.
Not just a pretty face, she's a fucking badass.
She's badass. She's a beautiful woman, inside and out, and she's fucking smart as hell.
You think of all the names, the big famous women names. She went toe to toe with them.
Right.
So her name has to be up there in the conversation of greats of all time.
Oh, absolutely. Easily.
We could be a little biased here, but professionally speaking,
assassin class, baby, all day.
So Nyah, thank you for your time. Get some news. A lot of shit happened this week, Mark.
Yes, a lot has happened.
Including the Superstar Shakeup.
Woo!
Time to shake things up a bit. The following superstars moved to SmackDown Live. Roman Reigns, the Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor, Elias, Bayley, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Lars Sullivan, Buddy Murphy, Liv Morgan, Chad Gable, Apollo Crews, Mickey James, and Heavy Machinery.
Wait, Apollo Crews?
Otis and Tucker, yeah.
Where did he go?
SmackDown. These guys went to SmackDown.
I didn't see that.
So yeah, you break up the Riot Squad, which sucks.
Yeah,
Makes
shocking
no
move.
sense.
But apparently they have big plans for Liv Morgan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw something about that today.
Mickey James comes over. That's a surprise move. You break up Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, thankfully. I'm hoping this means big things for Bobby Roode.
Thankfully, yes. I want to see that heel single Bobby Roode.
Kairi Sane comes over from NXT.
Thought that was awesome. I think it's actually a pretty cool move to have her with Asuka and have Paige as the mouthpiece. Funny, we were talking about that last week, about having Asuka, if we can manage anyone.
Yeah.
And have a mouthpiece for Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Fast forward a little bit, I cheered that because they listened to me again.
They did. They did. And Paige, I mean, I've been dying to see how they're going to use her moving forward. I think that's fucking awesome.
Kairi Sane was in the tag team with Io Shirai, right?
Yes.
Why not bring her up as well? Why paddle?
I was wondering that too, but
I had to cut you off. But Paige was telling how the newcomers. Asuka's been here for like a while now, so
right.
She's not new to SmackDown. She's a former SmackDown Women's Champion.
Right. Maybe it sounds like at that point they were going back and forth with that, but they do still need a competitor to.
They could have brought both of them up and make a little faction.
They could have, but they need someone in NXT to. They want a legitimate contender to Shayna Baszler.
Does Asuka need this? Like, what's Asuka? Why is it kind of a demotion for Asuka?
No, I think the tag team division needs it. I think they could all use a little something. It's fresh. I think the fans will be into it. It depends how they work it. It seems like they could work it right. I think the three of them working together, I think it's going to be fun to watch.
The following superstars made the jump to Raw. AJ Styles, The Miz, Ricochet, Aleister Black, Eric Ivar. We'll get to that later. Andrade, Selena Vega, Olay Mysterio, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Naomi, EC3, Lacey Evans, Eric Young, Cedric Alexander, and unofficially Samoa Joe. So they're breaking up Sanity with Eric Young coming over.
It is what it is. I mean, honestly, we've only known Sanity really in NXT. We haven't really seen them together in the main roster.
They started out hot and then just went away in the SmackDown.
Did they even really start off hot?
I'm saying hot, air quotes, but they had a good run initially.
They lost their first official match.
They had a good debut. And everyone was hyped about it. Everyone wanted to see Sanity in the main roster.
Right, and everyone would see Revival in the main roster. Everyone would see Arthur Simpane in the main roster. Hell, people even wanted to see, what was that tag team, the rip-off of Legion of Doom?
Oh, yeah. I was a big fan of those guys. Yeah. The Ascension.
The Ascension, thank you. We forgot their names, but they were hot in NXT for quite a bit. They came up to the main roster, like, oh, shit, here we go. Nope, we forgot their names.
Is it me, or are you surprised they kept Ricochet and Elsa Black in the same show? There's some good opportunity.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I see what they're doing here with this. I'm not a big fan, actually, of AJ Styles going to Raw. I'll tell you that.
I was talking about this later, but okay. I don't know about you, but I kind of expected it to be AJ Styles, the mystery partner.
I actually didn't.
I was like, please don't be AJ, please don't be AJ Styles. Please don't be AJ Styles. It has to be AJ Styles, because what other name on SmackDown will live up to that hype? AJ Styles comes out, has that match, kind of won me over, so I went from a heel to a cheel, because now I think AJ Styles has feud with everybody on SmackDown. Doesn't left right hand do on SmackDown. Now we have fresh rivalries, fresh matchups. So it kind of won me over. I'm excited to see where he goes on.
I mean, I feel like right now you just won me over a little bit.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Honestly.
Because who's left on SmackDown for him to feud with?
Yeah, you might be right.
My biggest problem was this. I was going to cheer Miz finally being on the same show again. Reunited with the Intercontinental Championship. Finally break the record. One of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time.
They're gonna
just a matter of time till he wins it again. And now Finn Balor goes.
But here's the thing with The Miz, though. I mean, he goes back and forth every year. The Miz keeps himself in very good shape. I feel like he's getting better shape year by year. And honestly, the way how he does his work in the ring, he doesn't get injured. Yeah, now I just said that. Watch, he's going to get injured. But no, I mean, he keeps himself well. He doesn't do anything too risky.
Yeah.
As Daniel Bryan calls him, safe.
Yeah.
But hell, I mean, it's given longevity for what, over a decade?
Yeah, over a decade.
So he's doing something right. And he's entertaining as hell.
But I don't know the number. I think he's one win away from tying Chris Jericho.
I think he'll get it. That's the point I'm getting. He may not be this year, obviously, but I think he'll get it.
Hopefully, he deserves it. Especially with Chris Jericho now in the rival company. They love to erase records, so give it to The Miz, right?
Right. Give it to The Miz. Might as well. Hell, he's gotten so much better.
I don't understand why switching the titles, but whatever, because Samoa Joe was off this week on Raw because he was sick.
Right.
So the plan is for him to come on Raw this week and officially come to Raw. So
no, and then he can have that rivalry with Braun Strowman, which I think will be cool to see.
Which I think that's what we're leading to, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever. But now we got Braun Strowman. Now we got Lars Sullivan on SmackDown. I was hoping Lars Sullivan would go on Raw because it's the same shit as Braun Strowman. This big guy's going to come attack. And then if he gets a match, when he gets a legit match, it's going to be squash matches against nobodies. So we'll see what happens with the man soon to be called Lars, as you will put it last week.
Is that how we should just refer to him from now on?
Yeah,
the man soon to be just Lars.
So our friend Erwin said SmackDown got raped last year and all the talent left, but I think this year it's kind of evenly balanced.
Yeah, it's pretty.
We lost The Miz and AJ Styles and Naomi and the Usos, but we got some pretty big names. We got Elias.
I feel like the Raw women's division kind of got weakened a bit because Ronda's gone, Bayley's gone, Ember Moon's gone, Sasha, Lord knows what's happening with her.
Who knows?
So who you really have? You have Becky Lynch doing both brands right now. You have Alexa Bliss,
Lacey Evans on Raw.
Lacey Evans, but who
Naomi
else?
on Raw.
Naomi.
SmackDown has always had a far superior women's division, and with the addition of Mickie James and Ember Moon, I think it's still.
I think SmackDown's women's division is way better than Raw's right now.
Always has been. They always have.
Alicia Fox, Lord knows where she is on Raw.
Who knows?
Dana Brooke. I hope they step up Dana Brooke's game. Hopefully.
No. If Sasha Banks goes away, there's an opening there for her.
Absolutely. Nia Jax is out. Double knee surgery.
Unfortunately, get well soon. Looking forward to the new matchup, so we'll see how it plays out. In other news, The Undertaker has signed a new deal with the E, and he will not be making appearances outside the E. Remember we talked about a couple weeks ago? He was charging $25,000 an hour.
Fucking insane. And people are paying it.
People are paying because he's worth it. Because they'll make that money back in a matter of 2 hours.
That's crazy.
He's still likely to honor commitments, but won't be taking any further bookings. That makes sense. So if you have the tickets to see him at StarCasts, enjoy it because you won't be seeing him anytime soon.
Nope. Gone, baby, gone.
Still about Sasha Banks again. She went to Instagram to make her first official statement, posting a picture of her with the Iconics. The hashtag women's wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay. The rumor was that she's upset, but she's not upset with Iconics. She loves the Iconics. She's happy for the Iconics, but she's upset.
She also, we touch on this that she canceled last minute on the Wendy Williams show?
We didn't talk about that, yeah, last minute.
Yeah. and then wound up she said it was a family emergency, but yet she was in fucking what was she? Nick? She was in some beach in the Caribbean.
Dasha Fuentes, yeah.
Yeah.
Another rumor going around. Dave Belcher talking about it. She was really upset about the fact that she found out that she was splitting up with Bayley. She was going on Raw and Bayley going to SmackDown. She's upset about that. Okay, tell that Charlotte Flair's breaking up with her boyfriend.
Right.
There's couples who have been affected here.
Right. Like, get over yourself. Again, I do have to state for the fact I am a Sasha Banks fan. I'm a fan of the work that she does in the ring. I'm a fan of her character. She does a good job. But it's bullshit like this.
Yeah, we're getting angry.
Hey, no, because it does make me angry. It's bullshit like this. If this stuff is true.
Big if.
If it's
watch it be a whole work.
If it's a work, great. I think that'll make me love her even more. But if this is true, it ruins her credibility. It ruins
reputation.
Yes, thank you. It ruins her reputation. Already, it doesn't seem like she's got the best of reputation.
Yeah,
I mean, there are rumors out there. There are stories about her fan interaction and stuff backstage. But if this is true, it just makes it so much worse for her.
In other news, Luke Harper requested his release from WWE, so Sasha Banks might be gone. Luke Harper might be gone.
Luke Harper, it sounds like, is gone.
Well, his contract expires in May, so it's probably just a matter of time.
Yeah.
The statement he said, and I quote, "As of this evening, I have requested a release from the WWE. Past 6 years have been simple, amazing journey around the world and back with lifelong friends and family. I am proud of it, and I'm proud to say I share the ring with my coworkers." He said it was a difficult decision. Was it? Because he hasn't done anything. I like Luke Harper. He's good in the ring. For a big man,
fantastic
he can
in the
move
ring.
pretty well.
My God, they wasted him.
Huge waste.
Huge waste.
And of course, the rumor going around is he's good friends with somebody over at AEW.
He's going to find a job
Eventually. Yeah.
He's going to get scooped up like that. He's just so good.
Yeah, he's very quick and agile for a man of his size.
Right.
And
he does great character work. He's got great facial expressions. He knows how to work it.
Good on the mic.
Yeah.
The limited that we heard, he's in character. So
right.
Like you said it in one word: waste.
Waste.
Yeah.
Waste. Not it has nothing to do with him. It's just creative and what they did with him. It was just. I don't know why you would waste talent like that. He's talented in a lot of big men that I've seen.
Yeah.
But the thing I was saying before, I wanted to touch on is the fact that like WWE has an overwhelming amount of talent.
Yeah. Best in the business.
And you have so many people that are in there that are so fucking talented, but they don't get used because there's only so much time on TV.
Yes.
And honestly, I don't know if it has anything to do with like, WWE gone corporate, gone public, and like with all the different sponsors they have, that they have to saturate,
probably
water down these storylines a bit. That there really isn't a lot of storylines. There isn't enough factions or anything like that. They're not getting creative with how to maximize the talent that they have. So obviously, people are being left off TV. People are getting frustrated. Mm-hmm. So, but now you have more competition. You have AEW, you have ROH stepping up, you have New Japan stepping up. You have MLW
BCW stepping up.
BCW, yeah, you have so many wrestling promotions going on right now that you can go anywhere and get a job and you do fine.
Luke Harper, Sasha Banks, hit up Anthony Cole at BCW.
Oh, for the love of God, I'd love that.
Right, man. Sasha Banks against Faye Jackson.
I would love to see that match.
Luke Harper joining the Deadly Zane squad.
We're picky amongst our members,
but yeah, so a lot of people are leaving. I think see what happens. Keep you updated. Talked about it a couple months ago, maybe even before. The rumors were that Rey Mysterio will lead a faction when he came back to WWE. Remember this?
Yes, I remember that.
The rumor faction was with him, Andrade, and Sin Cara.
Right.
Well, the rumors have started up again now that all men are on Raw. The rumors didn't take place when all men were on SmackDown for some reason. Do you think this faction will take place on Raw? Do you want to see it happen on Raw?
Right now, it doesn't make sense for it to happen.
The plan is for them to replace the Shield. That's a huge statement, and I don't see that happening.
No, because Rey Mysterio, as talented as he is on the ring, he's not the best of talkers.
True, but Selena is.
Selena is.
Yeah.
What
do you call this faction?
What do you call the faction? What do you do with them? Are they heel? Are they face? I can't really see a heel Rey Mysterio.
I can't really see a face Andrade.
Can't really see that either.
And Sin Cara hasn't. I can see anything about him.
Right.
He's without face.
Right. And so I kill
myself.
You really do. So it just doesn't make sense. I mean, if they were to find a way for it to make sense, then great. Kind of like with like Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Paige. No one really asked for that, but hey, it looks like it's good. It could be something that could work.
Talking about the shakeup, the Viking experience. You briefly mentioned it earlier.
Yes.
What the fuck is this?
I understand what Vince is doing, but my God, you could have picked way better names than this.
Because not only did they change their names from the War Raiders to the Viking experience, they changed their character names as well.
Just drop the war. Just say the Raiders.
Hanson and Rowe are now Ivar and Eric.
I don't get that either.
So now,
and plus,
I think this is the first time they've done that. Bring somebody from NXT and completely change their fucking gimmick.
From what I remember, yeah, probably.
I don't see, like, you want to change their tag team name, fine, but why change their names?
They're still NXT champions.
Yeah. I mean, we're just watching them at NXT. They're still the War Raiders.
Right.
I don't get this whatsoever. And you hear that they were going to be called the Berserkers?
We already had the Berserker.
Thank you. Does nobody remember the Berserker?
Right.
Are we the only smart ones? Really?
He was my favorite action figure, actually.
Was he really?
Yeah, I loved the action figure. I didn't like him as the wrestler, but I loved the action figure. I was a weird kid growing up.
Very weird. Apparently it came down to Vince just not liking the name.
The War Raider is a great name.
But the Viking experience.
Way better than Viking experience. So
Throwback. Not as cool as the Slim Shepard experience available on iTunes. My first podcast show I ever hosted.
You dropped something. I think it's a name.
Yeah, the Slim Shepard experience. My debut of podcastery. Check it out on iTunes.
Putty, no one cares.
My mother cares. Go fuck yourself. So does your mother.
Oh, man.
So yeah, the Viking experience. That name sucks.
It really does.
What would you call them though?
The Raiders.
But that's licensed by the NFL.
True. So maybe that's why they couldn't do that. Oh man, I don't know, man.
How about just the Vikings? What do you experience? What experience am I getting?
Then you're talking about again
NFL. It's your shay.
Right.
How about just fucking Eric and Rowe? What the fuck they called?
The Viking experience. I don't know.
Something else I don't know about. Did you remember Earl Hebner back in the news?
What? Why?
Yeah, that's what I said. He said in an interview with Sirius XM Busted Open, he believes the Montreal Screwjob was a work.
But he was involved.
He said, and I quote, he thought long and hard in the years since the show. I think both of them knew, to be honest with you. Why would you let a man put you in your own finisher? When asked if he thought Brett really was in on it, he said, yeah, I really do. I'm not going to lie about it anymore. I was trying to protect Brett. Now, my question to you, because this is a fucking bullshit. Do you think he truly believes this conspiracy theory, or is he just trying to get his name back in the news? Because AEW's around the corner. They need referees. Maybe. Why bring this up?
Well, he's Earl Hebner. If he wants a job, be like, hey, Cody, I'm Earl Hebner.
Like, touche. So why bring up this whole Montreal Screwjob being a work? What was the reason behind this? Trying to get into his head, why do you think he did this?
Maybe it's a theory. I mean,
even if why bring it up 20 years later?
Raw and SmackDown, they were just in Montreal. He's on, so he's going to get brought up.
You were the referee.
I don't know.
You knew what was going on.
I don't know. I'm not Earl Hebner. I mean, why steal T-shirts from the very fucking same company?
His fucking twin brother.
Yeah, fired, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what his logic is.
Hey, you know what his list?
What?
Earl Hebner way too long. Let's move on. Fuck him.
Yeah, I agree.
Follow up with a story we talked about last week. Road Dogg is now expected to take a leave of absence from the company.
Yes, I saw that.
There have been talks about him possibly, filling the role that was vacated by Arn Anderson leaving.
Right.
Possibly him being a commentator. Where? I don't know. But Road Dogg as a commentator, I would give a chance with. That's got to be awesome. Right? He's cool.
I don't know. Where would you have him be a commentator for? Is Renee Young leaving?
Replace Corey Graves on one show. I don't need him on both shows. I'm saying this for years now. Actually, 2 years since the brand split.
I love Corey Graves.
So do I, but not on both shows.
I'm sure he would like a break.
He doesn't need to be on both shows. The other word is that the parties will look into the situation and see where James might fit into the company going forward. That seems like political BS as he's fucking leaving, right?
No, it sounds like, honestly, it wasn't working out with the position that he had, so they like him a lot, and they want to try to find a place for him.
Triple H likes him a lot.
Right.
Nor do they want him, or nor do they need him going to AEW. He's a brilliant mind in his business. You can't have
his lineage. I mean, of course. I mean,
and his
Armstrong
experience
family
by himself.
Right.
Do you want that experience going to AEW?
I don't think at this point they'd want even. I don't even think they want No Way Jose even going to AEW at this point.
Well said. Well said.
So yeah, of course. I mean, Triple H especially is going to find a spot for his boy.
He didn't find one for Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn, he failed a drug test, I believe, didn't he? Or something happened.
Something happened, but
it was out of his hands at that point.
whatever. I'll know the news. He's got a drink.
I'm down for that.
A Shot of Wrestling presents Cheers and Heel.
Great week of TV this week with the Superstar Shakeup. Let's start with Raw. You have anything for Raw?
Oh, do I have stuff for Raw? Well, we covered some of it already.
Most of it, yeah, so it should be quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, what I have to say is that Finn Balor Andrade match. The Finn Balor Andrade match. Did I say his name right?
Yes. You do.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I'm the worst Spanish person ever. Sorry. But that match, goddamn. Holy shit. They have such good chemistry, man. It's a shame they're not going to be in the same fucking brand. Holy cow. That was a hell of a match.
I'm going to heel Michael Cole.
Really? Why?
Because when both Ricochet and Aleister Black came out, did you hear him go crazy saying, he got really excited, like, oh my God, does this mean Ricochet? Does this mean Aleister Black are on Raw now? Bro, dude, relax. Take a deep breath because they've been on Raw for the last 8 weeks, right? So, this isn't news.
I missed that.
This isn't a bombshell.
Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I do tune out Michael Cole.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do.
So I missed that, and holy shit, that's bad on his part.
I'm going to heel the Iconics
Why?
and Ryder and Hawkins both losing here. Makes them both look weak. They just won the championship a week ago. Now they're losing on Raw to throwing together tag teams.
He's thrown together tag teams, so I mean, it's to.
It makes them look weak, man.
If you notice, anyone that jumped ship to a new brand, they won. So
Yeah.
that's really what it was about there. I'm going to cheer Elias.
All right.
That man
Okay.
can get heat from any crowd, and he does it so well.
One of the biggest cheers of last year was that Seattle Supersonics
Oh,
8-minute boo.
I thought Montreal was going to match it for a second. That was awesome. He's so good at working a crowd.
He's great on the mic. Unfortunately, name me a memorable feud he's had or a match.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to cheers. I mean, I hate to say this for the second week in a row. Sami Zayn.
Again, a guy who works a crowd very well.
I mean,
He played him like a fiddle.
I never been a Sami Zayn guy, but could he be winning me over here? Because he's doing fantastic work now.
He really
I
is.
love it.
He really is. I'm going to have a big heel. Hey, this actually could go for both shows. I am so sick and tired of seeing so many goddamn multi-man tag team matches.
Well, this week was okay.
But how many are we going to fucking see every fucking week?
No, it was this week because you got to get the new people over.
Whatever.
Okay, whatever.
Yes,
Hey,
I understand.
hey, don't wave your hand in my face.
No, I'm sorry. I got all Mariah Carey on you.
Yeah. You get room now. You don't need to fucking be in my face now.
It's a Long Island in me. I'm sorry. But listen, yes, maybe for this week is fine. But if the fact that they've done it for so many weeks in a row leading up to this point, that's just the same old shit all the time. If they knew this is what they were going to do, and obviously they did, why have so many multi-man tag team matches beforehand before getting up to this point?
I'm going to heel. Big heel. EC3 squash.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Why call him up if you're not going to do anything with him? Keep him on NXT for a while. Like, who did he piss off
Right.
to deserve this treatment?
Like, did he finger blast Stephanie McMahon?
I mean, Lashley's in the Hall of Fame. Why? I mean,
Yeah, after he died.
touche.
I thought his first match when he beat Dean Ambrose clean, I
Yes.
thought that was going to lead to
Yes.
something, but it turns out that was just a rib on Dean Ambrose.
Yes. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. Cheers, my girl Lacey Evans. Okay, I'm digging her.
You know, it's funny. You always knock me for having so many notes for Raw, but here you are beating me
I
out.
have a lot of notes for all.
You have a lot of notes for Raw. Look
but
at you.
my notes are quick one-liners. You're fucking whole fucking paragraphs.
I could speak for days, my man. All right, Lacey Evans. I do love Lacey Evans.
Yeah, because I appear she can handle herself on the mic and in the ring as well.
No, absolutely.
I didn't know much about her until she came up, and she's awesome.
She's a badass. Important, Natalia. How many fucking rookies or newcomers is she going to have to put over?
That's her role now.
I know. It's been her role.
True.
It's been her role for, like, God, how many years?
Well, no.
Love Natty. Love you, Natty.
SmackDown?
Yes. Finally. Let's go to SmackDown.
Cheers at Kevin Owens' New Day segments.
Dude,
It was very stupid, but for some reason I literally LOL'd.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I especially loved when Kevin Owens did Big E's intro.
Yes.
He nailed it.
Took a couple of tries. He nailed it, yeah.
He definitely nailed it. But do you get this, like, uneasy feeling that Kevin Owens is just going to really fuck them up any second?
No, but when you say it, I can see it. I hope so.
Right?
Because Kevin Owens is a babyface.
It just feels weird. It feels wrong. Like, I feel like I need to take a shower after seeing it. Like,
Totally agree.
yeah.
I mean, by the way, though, Big O? There's only one Big O in the wrestling world. And that's my man and Zack Ryder's man, Big O, who commented on my Instagram post. Check me out on Instagram at MarcJPutty.
I have a little bit of a heel here. It goes towards the CEO and the owner of the company, Vince McMahon himself.
Really? Okay.
I mean, the man is a billionaire, right?
Could be.
With a big, giant B. You know what? I can't. It's been bothering me the last few times I've seen him. Why are his ties so goddamn fucking ugly?
Do you think they're ugly?
They're fucking disgusting.
I don't think they're ugly. I thought they were just rich man ties.
They're not rich man ties.
Because
I know plenty of rich men.
Braggadocious. Because a tie itself is a different pattern than a knot. For those of you keep checking home, I just thought it was a Richard Man tie.
Those designs, the color schemes, are just awful. I just can't. It's an eyesore every time. Every time I see him, like, he's a goddamn billionaire.
That's a billionaire do. They can buy stuff. Don't make sense to us peons.
Us peons. You speak for yourself there, Putty. I have one last cheer. It is actually, again, going to Vince McMahon for selling a Superman punch.
Oh, that was great.
That was great. I love the replay, too, like the slow-mo of his face as it was happening. It was fucking classic. You know, he's a 70-something-year-old man.
Yep.
He's fucking crazy.
NXT.
All right.
Cheers. Buddy Murphy, Velveteen Dream.
Yo, that match.
Sick.
Holy shit. But I want to talk a little bit more about Velveteen Dream in general.
Please.
His work in the ring is so fucking good. It's so smooth. His move sets that he has, the selling, that knee, the face that he took, the way he went backwards on his knees, and took that pinfall. I've never seen a sell like that, really. I mean, it was so good. It was realistic. I bought it. His facial expressions, it's all there. It all gels together. I am a Velveteen Dream fan.
I don't get the character, though.
I dig the character, man.
He seems to be like a Prince knockoff.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I mean, it's working. So
it works.
That's not an insult.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't mean an insult. But yeah.
That's kind of what he's going with. His moveset really reminds me of, like, the Macho Man Randy Savage, where he does some of the stuff.
I don't watch 205 Live, but Buddy Murphy was fucking awesome here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he's jacked. How's he on 205 Live?
I don't know, man. I was wondering that, too.
I hope he kills it on SmackDown.
I hope so, too. I have a cheers, the Undisputed Era.
Okay.
How they work together as a faction, they're fucking gold.
Lost art.
My God. I mean, they're so good in the ring, but obviously, like, you know, Adam Cole, he brings it on the mic. They have the look, they have the chemistry together, and everyone buys into it. This is what I like when I want to see more. When I talk to you about with factions and how to utilize talent in WWE, I mean, there's ways to do it. And you have, like, these talented group of individuals work together as a team. You can buy into that. And there's a lot more storylines you could do with them.
What's great about the Undisputed Era was not only is it 4 men who are awesome individually and collectively, marketability-wise, talking about the whole show.
Yeah.
Great logo, great name, great hand signals.
Yes, I was about to say that, too. Great hand signals as well.
No,
you're doing a horrible job at it.
Fans love to do the Too Sweet.
The Too Sweet,
the
or the Four Horsemen.
The DX chop.
Yes.
You get the Undisputed Era thing. I'm doing it wrong.
Dude, what are you doing?
very happy they were not called up
Really? I was actually somewhat disappointed.
because they would have been ruined on that roster.
Ah.
I.e.,
Yeah.
the Ascension, EC3, anybody else on NXT, really.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Speaking of NXT, talk about the main event. My girl, Shayna Baszler, destroying Kairi Sane.
We all knew that was happening, though.
But did you see that shit she did with her arm?
Yeah. Yeah.
The way she fucking worked her arm? Great storytelling and kind of disgusting.
It was pretty disgusting.
It was great.
You know, I mean, of course, we saw that happening. I feel like I've seen better matchups between those two.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't really have any notes on them. I was just kind of like, eh.
That was NXT. Great week of shows. Any final comments for the shows?
No, I'm looking forward to see what happens next. I mean, as JR says, it's after WrestleMania, it's a reset.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It is a reset.
See what happens.
I'm curious to see who goes for the belts. I mean, do we see Cesaro go for a championship belt against Kofi Kingston?
Sheamus is injured.
Sheamus is
So
injured.
he has a couple weeks to play with. So
And they've been playing around with that. Do we see, who goes against Seth Rollins?
I can't tell you.
I can't tell you so far either. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, who would you have go against Seth Rollins for the championship right now? Who do you see right now?
As a fan, I would say AJ Styles, but he's a face, so you need a heel.
It's too soon for that
But
one, though.
what heel's on Raw right now?
I would save AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins for SummerSlam.
What about Drew McIntyre?
That's the obvious choice.
He's the biggest heel on. What are the heels on Raw right now?
Right.
Drew
Right.
McIntyre.
Yeah, you would have to do that.
So,
I think that's the most logical choice.
but
next.
who feuds with Kofi Kingston now?
I personally, I think it's going to be, Cesaro.
Really?
I could see that happening.
Apparently, DB's injured, so he's getting. Not only is he injured, to recover, he has to go through all the fucking shit tests.
Well, we don't know what he injured.
Doesn't matter. They're gonna put him through all those fucking tests.
What, if he injured his finger, you think they're going to put him through those tests?
Absolutely.
No.
They don't fucking play with that shit.
If it's his head or neck even, yes, they
don't
will.
care. Don't matter.
If it's like an ankle or something non-related to his head, I don't think so.
But in a nutshell, let's move on to some go-home thoughts. You're sitting there looking pretty, looking confident, looking comfortable. But next week, you got a big matchup at LAW.
Damn right.
Frankie Flo, the man who punched you in the face.
Do you need to remind me of this?
Yes, each and every time I see you.
Oh, God. Thank you, Frankie Flo. This is what I'm getting now because of you.
Somehow is putting himself in a title match, even though he wasn't even in contention for one.
Yeah, go figure. Oh, I mean, as he said, he pulled the card out. You heard him say it last time.
Yeah.
As the owner of LAW, he pretty much said he could do whatever he wants.
At an LAW show in Brooklyn, their home base.
Brooklyn Brawl.
So will the Deadly Sin Squad be able to contend with any potential backup they bring in their home?
What are you asking? What?
There's like 5 of you guys, right?
Yeah.
But if he recruits the entire LAW locker room,
So what? Bring it.
It's like 10 guys.
He could bring on the LAW locker room. He could bring on all of Brooklyn for all I care. We're still going to... Nothing's going to change. We're still going to walk out, still holding the LAW championship high above our heads. Hell, we may walk out with the tag team titles. We may walk out with any other title we want.
If Eric Jaden loses the title, what is your job now?
What do you mean, what is my job? My job or Deadly Sin Squad? in
Yours.
general?
You carry the title around for him.
My job will be carrying out the tag team championships from BWF as well. I mean,
Speaking of BWF, May 4th, we have a big show coming up in BWF.
A New Hope.
May the 4th be with you. I mean, are you going to be at that show? I think you're going to be at that show, right? Because we'll be there.
I think me and you are going to be doing a show. That's right, my man.
We got invited back. It's a good sign.
I am very excited for it. I'm very excited to see, again, my squad going back to the Bronx.
Are you going to be able to control yourself this time?
What do you mean control myself this time?
I mean, I think the table raised a couple inches because you got so hard when you guys won the belt. You even left fucking commentary.
Yeah.
Are you going to leave commentary?
I'm
this time?
celebrating with my friends.
I'm your friend.
Yes, I am your friend. I came back from my friend, didn't I?
20 minutes later.
20 minutes. You're so delusional with your time.
And the in-ring return of TJ Marconi. That's really a big deal.
It is a big deal. Trust me, we're watching that one.
I mean, we'll be ringside.
No, I'm saying me and my squad, we're watching
No, of course.
TJ Marconi for sure.
Asshole.
What do you mean, asshole?
Tickets for both shows are still available. Both shows you do not want to miss. So, definitely check it out. That's it for this week, Mark. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Any go home thoughts for you?
Well, my website, yourfavoriteactor.com, is actually being redesigned. You'll actually be starting to see shows from this point forward from A Shot of Wrestling on there. Mm-hmm.
Any clips from Unforgettable?
We'll see. I'm sending a whole bunch of stuff from my work that I've done over to my guy who's working my website.
Can you send my stuff over, because I'm working on the Shot of Wrestling website, and it's kind of fucking bitch. There's so much goes into creating a website you guys don't realize.
See, this is why I have a team do it. I just tell him my vision for what I want, and he does it.
Whatever. Can you include our website too?
You got to talk to him, man.
I'll buy a case of beer.
He doesn't drink.
You.
Oh.
He worked for you, right? So if I pay you off, we're fine.
I don't know if it works that way, but yeah, we can see.
So there's no show next week.
Tell us why, Putty.
We record the show Friday nights. Your boy at Marc J. Putty will be in the city of Manhattan watching Avengers Endgame.
You're an asshole.
You're an asshole. You know who's really an asshole?
Who?
Green Man. He's watching it on Wednesday, this opening premiere of the show, right? The show, like it's the wrestling show. It's a 3-hour movie. The ending has been leaked online. Have you seen this?
I'm aware that it has been leaked. I am not watching it.
Nor am I. I asked a coworker of mine about it. He said he didn't watch it, but it was some Arabic subtitles.
Oh.
So he thinks some guy from the Middle East paid them off to watch the movie ahead of time.
Probably.
Which I retorted back to him. Not surprising at all, because, you know, Shawn Michaels was retired, but the Saudi prince wanted to see Shawn Michaels in the ring.
Right.
He paid them off. Money talks.
Exactly.
So I can see.
And they have a shitload of money, man.
Huge money.
Dude, they want to buy Manchester United and
Do they?
WWE.
Oh, yeah.
And they have the money to do both.
That's amazing.
And still have money left over to do whatever the fuck they want.
Anyway, your drink's done. Let's go see some karaoke. You want to see some Shallow finally downstairs?
Oh, can you hold me like the Bradley Cooper that you are?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, fucking yeah. What? Are we still in the air?
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn.
I'll edit it out. Don't worry about it.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. So, Marc Chouen, next week you're watching Game of Thrones. Until next time. You are. Start watching now. You catch up by the series finale.
I have to finish West Wing.
It's going to be there. Game of Thrones
will be there, too.
Yeah, but it'll be spoiled by then.
You don't think stuff has been spoiled for me before?
West Wing, what's been spoiled for you from
No,
I'm
talking about...
He loses the election? Yeah.
Wait, what?
His term ended. Of course, he wasn't even running.
I'm out. Peace.
For the Hollywood Zane, as he walks out of my studio for some weird reason. For the beautiful Nyah Kennedy, the queen herself. And, you know, that guy, Green Man. I've been your host at Marc J. Putty. Until next week, Putty out.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I need to announce it's last call at the bar.
Oh. All right, everyone, we have made it to my favorite part of the episode. It's last call, and we have the queen here with us, Nyah Kennedy. Now, it's rapid fire questions. The first thing that comes to your mind is the first thing you should answer. Are you ready?
Okay. Are you ready?
I don't know. We're going to find out, but away we go. What is your favorite meal?
Tacos.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes.
What is the greatest feature on a guy?
His lips.
Name a wrestling hold that can double as a sex position.
Ooh. Boston Crab.
Oh. What is your favorite
Camel clutch.
Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. What is your favorite TV show?
Oh, a Law and Order SVU.
If you were a superhero, what would be your superpower?
Invisibility.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh my goodness. Steve Adams from Oklahoma Thunder.
And finally, what is your favorite karaoke song?
Ooh, I would have to say AC/DC, Back in Black.
All right. Well, on that note, I think maybe it's time to hit the bar and hit some karaoke. What do you say, Nyah?
Oh, definitely.
Thank you so much for joining us on A Shot of Wrestling. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of you very soon.
Well, thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be on. I enjoy you guys so much.
Hey, baby, I hear the bell ringing, hip tosses and body slams. Oh, my. And maybe you seem a bit confused. Yeah, baby, but I got you pinned. But I don't know what to do when I see them with that golden case. They're cashing it in. Authority all in my face. What is a man to do? Good night, everybody.